Great evening and abundant life to all. We are thankful and grateful we're here on a good old Friday night. Roll up my sleeves so I won't look like the traditional. I don't want to identify with them no more. I ain't trying to. I help them clean up, but I ain't gonna be like them. Something they don't know nothing about. Rolling up your sleeves and getting down to the truth. Most High, Mother and Father of life, we're thankful and grateful for yet another opportunity, another time to come together in the consecrated progressive community. Thankful and grateful that we've had a progressive day, that we were able to accomplish some things in this day. Thankful and grateful for joy and peace and camaraderie. As we come together, let us continue to remember that we are walking in ordained purpose and we are part of the next wave. Thankful for those that are part of this great fellowship family near and far. Thankful for any that will attend here on tonight, and grateful for any that will log in on the airways. Even thankful for those that are here now under the sound of my voice very presently. As we continue to go forward in strength and unity with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, let us be mindful of others when they inquire of us, that we might try to be a great help to them the best we can. And even on tonight, as we venture and we go forth, let nothing be done in here for vainglory as we continue to share from heart to heart and from mind to mind. It is with great expectation that we assemble in here tonight, expecting greater as we move forward. Ashe. Well, at this time, if anyone wants to share by way of testimony, this is your time to do so. How about that? Let me one more time. I say. Anyone else on this evening? All right. All right. I say. Anyone else? 12 hours. Wow. I say. All right. We also want to acknowledge the fact that we have some people dealing with ailments. We're thankful for a speedy recovery. That's right. Oh, yeah. Is anyone logged in with us? Uh-huh. Now, tonight we were going to interact, but I'm gonna tell you this is very satisfying, but it's also a learning experience, and some things that are being pointed out are very powerful, and I'm grateful for the things that are being pointed out. But as I was taking a moment sitting, I thought I took a nap, but evidently that ain't 100% what happened. And I've been listening, and I've been paying close attention to a lot of things, and I say it a lot, and now it's getting ready to become a reality, getting ready to come in contact with some different people for different reasons. And like I said, I ain't trying to come against nobody. I'm just going to speak the truth. And if any log in, if you would acknowledge them and let me know tonight so I can acknowledge their presence, because what we're going to talk about briefly is going to probably get me maybe in some trouble. But in the traditional church, in the traditional religion, the way they set up what we are familiar with and what we are used to and accustomed to, the way they set up prayer is the reason why stuff is so jacked up. Oh, you heard me. And if I'm somewhere else with it, I'm going to be even more stronger. And my sister that did the ripping people off with the prayer conference and ripping people off, calling herself teaching people how to pray, you're a crook, and you ought to give the people their money back. That's right. You ought to give them their money back and let them keep their Dollar General packet that you gave them. Prayer is used as a manipulation tool in the church. Every religion does not do it, but the one we're familiar with does it on a regular. But what I want to communicate to you is a lot of things that are in the King James Version of the Bible pertain to our people and pertain to a lot of things that tribal people did, but they changed it and put it in words for the purpose of making sure that there was the proper structure that they wanted in place for the religion that they were constructing the Bible for. That Bible, as a matter of fact. It's not the only Bible. That's why they call it the King James Version of the Bible. And we're not going to get into the background dynamics of that yet. But prayer really is communication. And if you don't mind me saying so, have you ever wondered why? And if you'll be honest in here, have you ever wondered why sometimes you praying, you have to make up something to fill in to say? Have you ever wondered when you praying, you could stop, but you something in you say, keep going? That's because you ain't praying. You're talking. Uh-oh. And listen, I don't even know why I'm sharing this on camera, but it can go on camera. I want you to know prayer is strong, powerful, effective communication. And the reason why a lot of prayers are unanswered in the church is because the manner at which they go about doing it. A reason why a lot of things do not manifest is because of the way they've been instructed. Well, I don't care what you say. I prayed and God answered my prayer. God did not answer your prayer. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be funny. But more went on than you think. You just were told that that's what happened. Now, if what you were told is true, then some people are being neglected, don't you think? If prayer was designed to be answered by God, then everybody would have a gripe, murmur, and complaint every time they prayed and nothing happened. Everybody would have a murmur, gripe, and complaint every time they prayed for somebody sick and they died. Are y'all following me? Prayer end up being a different kind of tool when the wrong people got a hold to the power of dispersing the mandate for prayer. They have a national day of prayer, right? But you are instructed to pray to your God. Are you hearing me? Listen to how much sense that makes. I got your attention. Hopefully, this is going to make sense and help somebody. When you are praying, we have been taught, and somebody going to hear this and preach it and teach it in their church, I hope. We have been taught to tell God to do stuff. Then what the heck are we for? We have been trying to send God here and there. How are you going to send God somewhere when even according to the Bible, the Son of God can't come back but one more time? Oh, y'all ain't liking me now. I don't see nowhere in the King James Version of the Bible where it tells you to get in prayer and send God and Jesus every doggone well. I do see somewhere where it says, go ye. And then we pray, we call it prayer. But it's really complaining and calling it prayer. We call it prayer, but it's really a lazy excuse to get out of doing stuff. Because if I'm going to tell God to do it, I ain't got to worry about doing it. Even these preachers in the pulpit, with their retarded self, they tell me, I'm going to just go to God. Well, I don't care what you say. I went to God and he answered me. I went to God and he answered me. I'm not going to go into what really happened and what really went on because that information is got a price tag on it. I'm not giving you that free. That's right. You pastors that copy and minister what we minister, well, you won't have that info because I ain't going to give it over the airway. But I can say this. We got everybody talking about men should always pray and not faint, right? That's not happening. I don't know nobody that pray all the time. Where they at? Oh, I'm getting in trouble already in here. What we have to understand and realize is what prompts us to pray in the setting that we were indoctrinated and brought into and captivated by and bound by is attached to desperation, attached to fear, attached to aggravation, attached to anger, attached to frustration. Well, I'm sick of this. I'm just going to pray. Attached to sarcasm, you silly. I'm just pray for you. Attached to antagonizing moments, when folk become an antagonist in other people's lives. Now, I'm going to stop there because I'm going into a lot of the other information that I'm just setting the basis for in here. When you pray, the communication is coming out. You don't even feel, so you come out of prayer not even feeling exuberant yourself. You come out of prayer looking like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. I ain't talking right in here. They make prayer a burden and a chore. Hello. It's communicate. It's let me get off of this. But they say, God bless this service. No, you're here to bless the service because according to that Bible, this temple was made with hands. So the power dwell in you. So why are you telling something else to do what you're supposed to be able to do? Woo! God, have your way in this service. Wait a minute, that don't make sense. Have your way in this service. That's attached to the notion that everything has to be the will of God. If that's true, then a lot of this stuff that happens within these sanctuaries wouldn't dare go on. Some of these people wouldn't dare act the way that they act. When we're praying, our communication is what messes us up because you're saying one thing out your mouth, but you're saying another thing in your head. Because sometimes you pray and say, these old dead people ain't even backing me up. Sometimes you kill the prayer before you get up while I'm praying. Well, like is something attached to prayer that should make us apprehensive about doing it. It ain't nothing but communication. We're thankful for the house being blessed. We're thankful for power and strength and joy and health. Y'all hear the difference? Thankful for unity, thankful, not asking for it, speaking, talking, saying, hey, I'm not saying how I want it. I'm saying it's here. Get it while you can. I'm not asking for it. Huh? I'm releasing. Oh, you're talking right. Oh, God, we thank you for another day, like you weren't supposed to have it. I'm thankful to be blessed to see another day. Yes. But the day would be here whether I'm here or not. So I'm thankful to be blessed to see another day. I'm thankful for the things I was able to accomplish in this day. Thankful for the peace. If you notice, the ancestors got on me good fashion. And you notice I say now, I'm thankful for people making it here safely. They actually stopped me from telling God to get them here safely. Because if I'm going to be that selfish to think God's supposed to get them here safely, then what happened to the ones that got in the wreck? They prayed the same prayer. The power and serenity and peace and love and authority, whatever is in you when you pray, you're releasing it into the atmosphere. Ooh. So if you really didn't want to pray, guess what? You just released it to the atmosphere. And somebody going to take on what you released, and they ain't really going to want to get into the service because you didn't really want to get into the prayer. Am I making sense yet? There are a lot of things that and this is a lot. That's why I don't mess with people. I don't mess with churches with this because it's too aggravating and it's too frustrating and they don't care enough to want to change it because they are under the misconception that would be against the will of God. Well, if it's against the will of God, then you need to get on Jesus because Jesus taught them to pray. Quiet in here. They went to Jesus and said, Lord, teach us to pray. Did they not? Well, what the heck were they doing before he came? If they had to be taught, what was Moses doing? Because I see in that Bible it said he prayed. Then when the people were murmuring and complaining, didn't it say Moses prayed? Well, ain't nobody had to teach him. Prayer is supposed to come forth from you in sincerity, in clarity, in power, in understanding. Prayer is supposed to come forth in truth. It's not a I want and do this for that and for me. See, they taught us they said to go in prayer and ask God for stuff. Well, you know what's funny? In the Bible, when they tell you to go in prayer and ask God for stuff, does it say to ask in the name of Jesus? Nope. But later, you see in there where there's somewhere where it says do that. How confusing is this? Prayer should be forceful and powerful, energetic. When you're sick, truth will come out your mouth when you pray. Because nobody praying to stay sick. But you praying for God to take it away, right? Now, I'm going to leave this alone because I could go on all night with this. But I got a problem, because if we are the people that they say we are in the Bible, we ain't supposed to get sick, because we just supposed to make a request and sickness will be removed far from us. And since y'all don't go with the Old Testament, I'll go with the New. It's supposed to be some capable hands touching people and they shall recover. Didn't say they might, said shall, which tells you that it is captivated and engulfed in the story. Because year after year, month after month, time after time, preacher after preacher have got embarrassed in public, calling themselves praying for somebody, and nothing happened right there in front of them. And we overlook it like we didn't see it. Well, maybe God this, maybe God that. Well, it just wasn't time. Well, it just wasn't the will of God. Well, God do what he want to do whenever he want to do. They make God sound like a person with an attitude that's moody. Well, I guess if you're jealous, do y'all know jealousy come with baggage? So if you're jealous, you other stuff too. Let me leave that alone. When we pray, we have to pray with the understanding that my prayer is supposed to be productive. And then they say, well, somebody asked me, well, who do I pray to? I ain't on no plantation. Ooh. Well, without God, you can't do nothing. I piss without God. Because something never come in the bathroom to help me. Y'all ain't going to see me no more. Because either it or me, that's going to be our last time. Some pervert coming in to help me use the bathroom. What I'm saying to you is we got to clean up our prayer. Listen, I ain't got nothing to do, bless your mother and minister boy, I ain't got nothing to do with nobody else and all this stuff people talk, and some preacher probably going to come across this and use it. Our prayers have to be cleaned up, because a lot of things that people are saying happen as a result of them praying. They lying. They need to understand the difference between the power of unification, the power of oneness. See, they get a lot of stuff screwed up and mixed up. I wish I was talking right. Because if prayer was as prominent and as dominant as they taught us and indoctrinated us, then we ain't got to pray a lot, do we, Donna? All we need is two of us touching on anything. Just two. Just two. So we need to understand we got to clean up our prayers, because man, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm getting in trouble. I find out when I'm going down the right avenue by interacting with different ones. And now, it wasn't known, but while I was being approached about prayer, while I was being approached about talking about prayer, I was asked a question about prayer. Just recently, I said, I ain't saying nothing. I said, this is, and it's helpful because it lets you know, okay, yeah, going down the right avenue. We have to clean up our prayers because our prayers, see, I'm getting in trouble right here. The way we have been indoctrinated, there are times where your prayer is designed to make you a victim. There are times where your prayers are designed to keep you bound. Oh, it's surprising. I ain't gonna mess with all of it tonight, but think about it. You pray like a victim. And God, you see what they doing. And God, you heard what they saying. And God, come against every word they saying. And God, don't. Like a doggone victim. Anybody see that yet? Here's how you pray to stay bound. And God, if I feel this bad later, God, just help me. God, help somebody come by and bring me some food because I'm sick and I'm tired. I'm hungry. And food in the refrigerator now. Watch this. It gets even worse. God, my legs hurt. My butt hurt. God, my neck hurt. God, my head hurt. God, just send somebody to go in there and just fix me something to eat. Ain't food in the refrigerator. I ain't talking right. Am I helping anybody? They taught us to use prayer like we are pets. Huh? God, my body, it just hurts so bad. Oh my God. God, my muscles are so sore. If you just send somebody to scratch my butt, I can't even reach back there. Can't even reach back there, God. I need somebody to scratch my butt. The left side. He's supposed to know everything. Why you telling him all that? Something wrong here. You using prayer, vindictive, wanting God to get people. Using prayer like a lottery scratch-off ticket. Talking to God and praying, God, you know I need that money. God, you know I need money. But this is supposed to be prayer. Here come an ouch and amen. God, go to the hospital where the sick are. Shouldn't be nobody else in there. God, go down to the liquor house. God, go down to the drug house. God, go down on that corner where they're selling them drugs. And God, slap the drugs out the hand. And everybody bought the drugs, especially if they related to me, God. Let them get sick as a dog. And God, the women on that corner showing they thigh and they honey. I'm sorry for looking at them last week, but God, I need you to take them right out that corner. And God, stop them people from lying. What you got to do? The prayer and the way that people express in prayer is all jacked up. To the point that when we put sincerity in it, it's double, it's so mixed up. It's like your mind is conditioned to go back and forth. You're praying with power, then you jump back with, oh, I got to pray this way. Or nothing will happen. And nothing happens, and then you blame it on you. When is the source of the prayer going to get blamed? I hated to do the scratch your rear end, but people do that. I ain't worrying about it because God going to get them. He ain't ever going to get us. He going to get them. Listen, we need to understand meditation and prayer are connected. They really are. Love, power, and a sound mind comes from meditation. That don't come from, listen, that don't come from what they telling you. That don't come because a lot of folk that talk about love, power, and a sound mind don't hardly know how to love nobody. They mind unstable. And they got a power shortage. You ain't have no power to condition yourself to do a prayer. You talking about love, power, and a sound mind. To scrub your behind with Brillo and send you home. We have to pray. You got to clean up the prayer. When somebody asks you to pray for them because they sick, don't do it. When somebody tell me, pray for me because I'm so sick, don't do it. You ain't that sick, you not ask me to pray. Did you pray? When somebody's sick, no, listen. Let me show y'all the difference. Let me help us in here. We got to be powerful. Bump all the rest of this playing. All the rest of this playing. When somebody's sick and they say, pray for me because I'm just so sick. I'm just so sick. Maybe you shut up and lay down. 45 minutes of telling me to pray for you and telling me every symptom. You ain't missing one. I'm going to leave that alone right now. I'm going to leave that alone for a paid personal appearance. And hopefully some elders sitting up in there so I can chew their butt out. Can't even trust them to show up. Are you kidding? Them over these ministries and stuff, they got these folk, there's elders. Never mind. I ain't saying nothing. Okay. So-and-so is sick. We pray for the recovery of such a, we finish. Not in the church. God, Sister Wilson is laying there sick. She's been sick for 2 weeks, God. That's too long. We miss Sister Wilson. Go and touch her back. Go and touch her legs. Touch her feet. Touch her hands. Touch her arm. What's wrong, Sister Wilson? Okay, yeah. You said all that and don't even know what's wrong with her. Yes. Now listen, watch this. Sister says in our film, we are thankful for the recovery of Sister so-and-so from the illness. Do y'all see the difference? Prayer is supposed to be complete, concrete, and direct. This stuff, Sister Robinson, we ain't heard you pray in a while. Come lead prayer. Come lead prayer. Come lead prayer, Sister Robinson. Come lead prayer, Sister Robinson. Come on, lead prayer. Come on. When she get right here, notice where I am. Where am I? One step from the camera. One step. That's it, Sister Robinson. That's what I wanted to hear. I ain't heard that in 4 weeks. Well, God, you know they're down there in that hospital. We asked you to pray for the service. Tighten your girdle and pray for what we ask. Take it to approval. Prayer is positive reinforcement, positive communication, positive strong. Listen, we don't always feel up to par. Huh? I'm thankful for recovery. I'm thankful for wellness. I'm thankful for energy. What am I doing? I'm encouraging who? Right. They got in that Bible, and that doggone thing in that Bible ain't never encouraged himself. David never encouraged himself. He indulged himself with his pecker and his poker, but he ain't never encouraged himself. I ain't helping nobody. I ain't helping nobody. We're thankful for the service. We're thankful. Life, strength in here. Joy in here. Power in here. Why am I saying it? Because people laying around like dead flies. Oh, look at that. I'm almost done. We have to clean up the prayers because sometimes your attitude come out in your prayer. Woo, woo. We don't mean no harm, but what's in you gonna come out. Apostle put me up here, that's all right. I show him. I can't hold this back. God, let some people stop laying around. Let them get into the service, not like last Sunday. Hey, God. Hey. Now you know why they don't want me in these buildings? Part of the cleanup crew. When you pray, you try everything, you want things to be better. This is not a rehearsal to go retroactive and reflect on every bad thing that's going on. God, the drugs in the world, we already know that. God, all that killing around here, we already know, man. Then you speak danger on the highways and then you want everybody to make it home safely. Get your behind out of here. They'll pop you in the head with this staff. We have to clean up our prayers because when we pray, we're praying with a lack of understanding. We're praying without even having a discernment of the atmosphere that we're praying in. Some people put on theatrics and can pray. Look, I stopped praying around here locally because it was scaring the devil out of everybody. It was. Because I started out kind of quiet. Then I said, Father, everybody scared the piss out of some of them men. That man there, he could pray. Now that man scared the devil out of you. That's all right, they're going to hear it again, just different. We have to be more positive, more productive, and understand and realize that prayer is not a project of mediocrity. But a lot of the prayers that you hear in these churches are mediocre. And they have no kind of driving force or purpose behind them. The more positive you are in prayer, the better, because you're not always feeling up to par. Prayer is supposed to cause a uprising, not a downward spiral. Some people feel worse after the pastor prayed for them. Some people had a headache, then the pastor touched them, now everything hurt. And didn't know what the pastor said, I ain't nothing but the devil. Yeah, you the devil. Could at least wash your devilish hands before you touch people. Mother Gatson never prayed for somebody without washing her hands in cold water. You remember her? Mother Gaston never. She washed her hands. I said, Mother, I asked. Nobody would ask. I asked. She told. She said, you know what? I'm going to tell people. And she decided to tell people in service because she realized they didn't understand what she was doing. But she explained it. We have so much, well, I don't care what he say. I know what prayer did for me. Made a jerk out you. Because something was answered, now you're acting like God don't answer nobody but you. When in actuality, that ain't what happened. Now, I know God answered my prayers. I know God. I had a guy tell me every time he prayed, something happened. Like he the only one make stuff happen with his arrogant behind. If it was that easy, things would not be the way they are. It's a lot of prayer that went on in the last few months, right? Do y'all see all the stuff that's going on in the land? Did I not tell you that once the watchers convene? Didn't I tell y'all it was going to go haywire? Well, they had something else again today. They did. Oh, that's killing people. No, see, let me put this thing in another way that the church don't want to accept. If I'm outside during the tornado, am I more likely to get my behind toward the frame outside or inside? I'm the one that was outside. The tornado didn't call me out there and decide to kill me. I got caught outside in the tornado. God didn't send a tornado to kill me. I was outside when the tornado came. If it came to kill me, then it came to wipe out everybody because it don't have my name on it. They told me to stay my behind inside. I took my little black licorice behind out the door, played around, want to take a camera of the eye of the storm, and ended up dead. See, God didn't do that. Stop lying on God. Stop lying on spirits and all this kind of stupid stuff. When the atmosphere, listen, they taught us years ago. What did they say? Cut them lights out. Don't get on that phone. Cut that TV off. Right? And if you want to get the fire slapped out of you good fashion, try to go outside. They will slap you from the door to your room. You'll go in the air. All the way to your room. And probably land on your bed. They were trying to tell us that's not our business. If you go out in it, you're going out how? At your own risk. God sent that thing to kill. No. When the earthquake came, it didn't call certain people and say, y'all stand right there. All this dumb blindness, this is the age of Aquarius. It's time for truth. God, if God is sending it, what the heck you need nature for? If God is sending it, why you need a universe? If God is sending it, why do you need an atmosphere? If God is sending it, why do you need weather? If God is sending it, then what are atmospheric changes? So he walking around with a tool belt and a toolbox and a hard hat now, huh? They have personified God to the point where they make God sound ridiculous instead of mysterious. I would love to turn loose in some of these places, but they want to keep it bound and in blindness and ignorance just the way it is. They don't want nobody like me up in there because folk might get free and start realizing that they've been in chain and in prison. Somebody got a question? I can't tell you how to pray because that's the problem now. They call themselves telling us how to pray, and they got us all screwed up, and we can't use our own words because of how they try to indoctrinate us. Listen, Sister Tanisha, when you get ready to pray, you know your life. You know what's in your life. You know what your life is about. When you get ready to pray, be thankful, be productive, be positive. Don't ever get negative in a prayer because when you get negative in a prayer, it will follow you in the next prayer. When you get negative in the prayer, it will follow you when somebody asks you to pray. When you get negative in the prayer, it will make you negative when somebody says something pertaining to you praying. When you pray, be solid, be confident, be concrete. When you pray, see, they taught us to pray and they call it prayer, but you're really begging for stuff and they call it prayer. They call it prayer, but you're really telling God what to do. But they call it prayer. They call it prayer, but you really don't understand why you do. When you pray, it's personal. When somebody tell you pray for them, be positive. They got us in, well, God, so-and-so is sick. Wait a minute, we already know that. When people go in court, they say, we know you have been sworn in. right? The person don't sit down and say, well, y'all know I was sworn in. Well, they already know that. When you pray, stay positive, stay solid. What's been messing us up with prayer is we've been praying like a bouncing ball, up and down, up and down, up and down. How I feel, I do not have, this is good. I do not have to kill myself to protect how I feel because I'm praying. Because now I'm not being genuine. Now I'm not being honest. And I don't have to say how I feel. My body already is showing it. Is this making sense? Prayer is one of the times where the first person is not against the standard. I will have a blessed day today. I will be able to accomplish things that I set out to do today. I will feel better than I do right now. See the difference? Today I will have a more positive outlook on life. Today I will handle situations and circumstances better than I did before. Today I will be more understanding and more mindful of the other person. See the difference? We in there, God do this, God do that. Everybody telling God do all this stuff. And wonder why ain't none of it getting done. Y'all, so Tanisha, is this helping? You stay positive, stay strong. When you telling somebody something to help them, take that same position when you praying. Take that same position. Don't be negative, even though it's a negative situation. Don't be negative. Prayer is designed to interject the help in the positive. Why they told us put negative in it? And they all of them telling God do this, do that, and they wonder why nothing get done. Now I'm paraphrasing. This ain't what happened. If I was God, hey, who do you think gonna do all that? Who do you think gonna do all that? All of them. Oh man, all of them in my ears. Up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shutting up. What? Say what? Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what they say. That's positive thing. That's what should be in prayer. Prayer is communication. Right? That's what should be in it. You want to be negative or positive? Case in point, the monks. Their temple ain't been bombed. They didn't have a problem till they came outside. Shaolin was attacked because they wasn't no joke. They helped fight the Ming Dynasty. That's true. Them movies ain't made up. The Ming Dynasty is real. Chongqing is real. They went out in the field with poles and were winning against guns and knives and swords. When they brought out their other weapons, they couldn't hardly do nothing with them. They were a help. The Qing and the Ming were against each other. That's real. That's not fantasy. That ain't made up. the movie Fist of Legend that happened for real. Well, in Bruce Lee, they call it Chinese Connection, but it's a real event. It's made a movie out of it. That happened for real. We the ones got stuff that we made up and trying to make people believe it happened, but you can't find nowhere where it really happened. Year after year, they found this, found that. Why don't you find a seat on a couch and stop lying to everybody? When you pray, it needs to be powerful with strength in it. It needs to be positive because how about the reason that a lot of times the reason that we pray is because something going on that we don't like or something going on we want to change, right? Well, why are you going to communicate the negative part in it? That never make, Pop got so mad at me. Boy, I'm glad you wasn't there because he'd have got you too. I asked Pop, I'll never forget it. I asked him, we had this prayer and stuff, and the Elder Riley praying. I said, Pop, is that the way we supposed to pray with all the stuff? Listen here. Let me tell you something. He gave me third degree about how I ain't in a position, bless you, to say what I was saying. Bless you, and how long Elder Riley was with him in church and in service. And Elder Riley and his wife stabbed him in the back, publicly ridiculed him, tore him down, and left the ministry and got on the radio talking about the ministry. But you wrote me out about how long you been there. Bump Elder Riley. Act like he ain't know me when he saw me. You chewed me out over that idiot. Come on, praise him like you love him. Come on, praise him like you love him. Hallelujah. Come on. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a Dave Chappelle moment. Smack! I asked because it was, look, I came out of it heavy. I'm not saying I got a witness right there. I was one of the happiest, go-luckiest person in the building. But then they also said I was an introvert. So I live in a cave. Because I wasn't hanging out. When I did hang out, they didn't want me out there. But I want you to understand, we got to clean up our prayers. Look, I'm not saying we prayed wrong, because you know what, we always, so we was wrong. That didn't come out my mouth. So we ain't praying right. I didn't say that either. We got to clean it up. There are some things we have to take out of our prayer because that's what's hindering you. It ain't no devil. Ain't no spirits. It's us. And God, you know I need a car. Hey, how about you? Hey. And God, hey, I've been walking for 5 years. I'm walking, yes, indeed, I'm walking. Oh, God. So when I go to this car lot today, you make them. God, you get in their mind. God, you get in their heart. God, you make them give me a car. Just get. Now, somebody tell me why I didn't get the car. Because I had the nerve to tell God, make them give me the car. They ain't giving nobody else no car at the car lot. I want to walk up in there and I told God to make them give me the car. That means I ain't got to pay a dime. People use prayer as a weapon. They use it as a tactic. They use it out of context. Listen, prayer is supposed to be a positive driving force in your life. A lot of things that they label as something else, that's what that is, but that need to go in your prayer. Take the negative stuff out. Take the downtrodden stuff out. Take the story to God about every little detail. Do you understand you praying and telling God everything and you were taught that God already know everything? Now, how much sense that make? Wouldn't that be vain repetition? Well, that might be why ain't none of these prayers getting answered. I'm just saying, can we be honest here and say that we can go on record and say everything we prayed did not happen? Can we be honest and say that when it didn't happen, we wanted to know why? And we weren't too happy either. And then you just prayed, snot, sweat, 3 days straight. You stopped eating chocolate cake and bananas and stopped drinking Kool-Aid and stopped drinking sodas and prayed and prayed and Jesus gonna see me, oh Jesus gonna see me. And then you walk up in service and hear this person ain't did none of that. Talk about what God did for them. You know you want to go there and smack the taste off their face. What's so special about you? You know you be aggravated. God answered my prayer. That's not quite what happened. I'm gonna leave this alone. Is this helping anybody? Is it really? Because let me tell y'all something. Look, I have to talk to myself about something. I'm like, man, this is a lot to unravel and untie. No wonder why when the ancestors, they told me, they approach preachers all the time. No wonder why they ignore them and call them the devil. And the Bible makes you ignore them. But then it acknowledged the ancestors. For as we are compassed, we're so great a cloud of witnesses. But watch this. It acknowledged the ancestors, but then it tell you not to acknowledge them, but look unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. See, it's a tactic to these play upon words in that Bible. And they have taught me well, boy. I can pick that thing apart better than I can pick my nose. And I am ecstatic and happy about it because I know it ain't me. I appreciate the teaching and how they helping me. I don't care how smart, how long you been in that Bible, I will wear your stank rump out with that Bible. I'll tear you up. I don't care how long you've been in leadership. I don't care how long your organization been running. Don't attack me with that Bible because I will make you look STU capital PID. Stupid. They told me, use the Bible. And they told me anyone that try to put you on the spot, we're going to help you make them look stupid. So bring it on, bishops, highly exalted apostles. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious emeritus leaders, come on. Let's help the people take these chains off, booger, because when you try to embarrass me with that Bible, I'm going to turn around and make you look plumb stupid. Ain't going to do it effortless because it ain't coming from me. They say he arrogant. I'm not arrogant. I'm confident because I know it ain't me. I know they going to answer. I know they're going to help. It's stuff in that Bible when they was pointing it out. I said, oh, wow, yeah, that right there. In the Bible, when they prayed. In the Bible, when they prayed. Did you not notice that there are not many prayers in that Bible? There are some things where they say, and when they prayed, and so and so prayed. They don't tell you the prayer. People could be talking to you, and they say, well, how was your day today? Did you have some clients today? Yeah, I had some clients. I had 2. I had 1 I want to go home. It was 3, but that third one. Well, let me tell you, I prayed. And when I prayed, and they tell you the whole prayer, 45 straight minutes of telling you word for word what they prayed, like you asked for all the details. And at the time I was slobbering, I went down like the preacher on one knee. Like you asked for all them theatrics. But did you get it? Nah, so I'm going to pray again. You know you want to slap them. Act like you don't. You know you want to slap them. It took up all your time and then it didn't happen. I think I'm going to have to try again next week. Oh, hungry, I'm ready to go eat. You took up all my time for something that didn't even happen. I thought you had a testimony. Get out my face. You know that's how you feel it. But we got to clean up our prayers because, and y'all, I ain't trying to be funny, but when we call somebody up to pray and they say, snatch them, walk up behind them, grab them by the shoulder and say, excuse me, somebody else going to pray. What? Somebody else going to pray. We're going to talk hood to you. We got dust. We got dust here. Somebody else going to pray. Shama Mookie, come sit right there. Shama Mookie, sit right there. We got this. We got this. Because you best around let that person, let's talk this shit. And God, you hurt. And then when I went, that's when I have somebody exploding up there that need to be calmed down by the positive words of the prayer. We have been taught to weaponize prayer. It's in the Bible. And now, behold, their threatenings. They were doing this in the prayer. According to that Bible. Huh? Ooh. So we have to clean it up. We have to clean it up. We have a pleasant atmosphere. That's why we can tell when junk get in it. Oh, something was brewing in it Sunday. I just ain't feel like messing with it. But Sunday was a clear Sunday, though. Yeah. But we have to clean up our prayers. But what if I'm mad? See, listen. I wouldn't recommend praying when you're mad. But if you're praying in a positive way, it probably will help. Probably will help you with your anger. It probably would. They told us, they put more emphasis on us praying for stuff. You know? You didn't hardly hear about pray for the nation. You ain't hardly heard that. Pray for the leaders of the land. You ain't hardly hear that. You ain't hear a lot of that. You know why? What was we going to pray? If the politician crooked, how we going to change it? So I guess pastors never forget it. We ain't going to say nothing. So we got to clean it up to the point where we are some powerful people. Are you hearing me? But we've been taught to be limited because somehow, some way, they put us in the mindset that there's something wrong with us being powerful. It's like there's something wrong with it. You can go to a place and they talk about Jesus and God and the church and everything, and you go and people say, "Oh, where you go? Oh, where you go? Oh, I feel the presence all over you." Do you not know them other folk get jealous and get mad and won't want you to come back in there? What the heck? So yeah, we have to clean it up. What time is it? Huh? I ain't getting fired. Yep. I don't want no problem. Finna get out of here. That's right, Jennifer. So we gotta clean it up because listen, when we clean it up, you'll start seeing some people. I'm telling you, you'll start seeing some people loosen up with being so tense. Do you not know some people walk around tense because of their everyday life? So we have to put the right things in the atmosphere. Look, we're not on, now you ain't gonna tell me, we're gonna have our moments, but we gotta handle them right. That's the whole key. You can't act like you the worst person because you mad? Are you kidding? If somebody made you mad, why acting like they didn't ain't gonna make it better. We have to be to where we are honest, sincere, to where we handle things right. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna encounter people whether you want to or not. Sooner or later, you're gonna encounter people. And you have to realize you don't have to fit into everybody's little world. But you have to be the best you that you can be. And when you are trying to be the best you that you can be, I don't care if it take you having to ask 10 million questions. Ask 10 million questions. They used to get so mad at me. I had question after question after question. I was trying to do it right. They were getting agitated and frustrated. I was like, what doggone? Can't ask nothing around here. I was the only one in the building that was limited to a question ration. How many I got? How many I got a week? 2. Remember? Pop said it from the podium. He's sickening. Listen here, son, 2 a week. You hear me? You're going to use up 1 today. I know it. I was sitting there laughing because I was like, man, this is funny. 2 question rations. I went over there one Friday one time, and Pop said, all right now. All right. What? Sunday and Tuesday. You asked me a question Sunday, and you asked me one Tuesday night. Okay, today Friday. Don't ask me nothing. And the whole time they were trying to get me to go eat at a place, and I never went. But you went before, I think. The Brown Derby. They never got me to eat there. And they love going to the Brown Derby. I didn't go. It was a barbecue place. And they talk about me while they eating. I wonder why he won't ever come in here and eat. Can't get him to come here. Funny thing is, I ain't know either. Just ain't never went there to eat. I don't know. She said it was good. So I'm saying we got to clean it up, y'all, with our prayer. Because listen, they taught us to use prayer like it's a ritual. And it's not. It's not. Listen, I learned the hard way, if I'd have been paying attention, that prayer wasn't what they was telling me in church. My supervisor at the hospital, I had my resignation in my pocket. She told me what I had in my pocket. When she put the other 2 out the office on their way out the door, they heard her say to me, what, you think God don't hear prayers of sinners? She was making a joke, but when they got out and she closed the door, she said, I'm not saying I'm all religious and everything. She said, I prayed because I didn't want to lose you from here. But that was my answer. And that's how I knew it was it's in your back pocket. And it was. It was in the back pocket. So that I said, wait a minute now. They told us God don't hear sinners. So what answered her? I said, what answered her? Her ancestors. Her ancestors went ahead and told her, I'm sorry to tell you, you're going to lose him. He coming in there tomorrow, smiling, with it in his back pocket. And we have to, when I say clean it up, y'all, we have to clean up our prayer because there's an atmosphere inside of you that's what they meant when they were talking about a prayer life. Because a lot of people, they say got a prayer life, I don't see it. I don't know what they're talking about. Then they got intercessors. They said, I'm something at the church. I'm an intercessor. Y'all still renting? Yeah? Well, your intercede ain't working. Go sell stockings, sister. Tell brother, go sell some corn. Y'all intercede ain't working. So sometimes it's difficult because we got to unravel stuff, and it's not the easiest thing. Listen, prayer is not a ritual. They made prayer a ritual because they control who you pray to, how you pray to them, and what you can say to them. They controlled it, but they never ever correct you when you're doing it. They don't say, "Now you shouldn't say that." No, they don't care. You can say what you want to say. And somehow dramatic monologue means you can pray. And God, pray, man, pray, pray. You get excited and get loud, boy. Pray, pray now, pray. They get so excited they can't hear the prayer. They just pray now, pray. You praying. And you're supposed to be praying for the service, and we open up your eyes, there's 18 people. Oh, we're supposed to be praying. What the heck y'all doing? Sit y'all behind down. Somebody like me, I get kicked out. I say, whoa, they dancing. What did I miss? Fresh off of the prayer. What did I miss? So I'm saying we got to clean it up because I ain't want to say this because we get ready to stop. But do you not know embedded in some of our life frustration is prayer? Not prayer itself, some of your own prayers. Because they taught us if we pray, something will happen. They didn't say nothing will happen. And when you go to them and say, I'm still praying, they say, well, press. What that mean? Pray until something happens. Pray until something happens. You got to push and press and push and press and press and push. I'm going to press and push you out of my face. What I'm going to do? It's so many catchphrases, slogans, so many little things they put in there. And believe you in me, I am not the one for somebody to come up to and try to convince me about prayer. They need to understand something. I'm not against prayer. I'm against some of these lies that are told about prayer. Because some of you, prayer is part of who you are. And some people can tell because it provokes jealousy. You know that, did you? Yeah, y'all know it. Because when you're in church and you can fluently do something, instead of people embracing it and liking it, no. They got a problem with it. Like, wait a minute, whoa, hold up. Why don't you sing Stevie Wonder's song instead of getting mad? What song? Show me how to do like you. He got a song called that. Show me how to do it. Show me how to do like you. Show me how to do it. He got a song like that. You know, they get mad. Get an attitude. Why? We're supposed to be helping one another, right? There are a lot of things in that Bible they don't bit more do in church, not one iota. And they walk around here like they saints. We're being prepared to clean this stuff up. Stop. They calling they got people praying against each other. Got people praying for bad stuff to happen to people. Okay, years ago, when an older person said, that's all right, you doing all that talking. You ain't gonna live long. Did that person live long? No. Did they pray for it? No. They told them. They sitting there disrespecting that old lady and talking down there, and that old lady looked at him and said, I tell you one thing, you ain't gonna live long. And somebody 2 weeks later, guess what? Oh, she put a curse on. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. See, when we speak in sincerity and it comes out through Ashe, you ain't got to pray. You didn't curse them. See, they turn it around and call it declare and decree. That's why nothing happens for them, because they're lying about what they're doing. See, the church know how to try to dress stuff up and try to make it sound captivating and motivating to the point where they don't do nothing but render it ineffective because they're calling it something that it's not. Your words are the wrong thing for somebody else to take and dress up, because those are your words. Ooh, that need to be on a shirt too. You know, when you speak something, you talk, and then somebody take it and lie about what you said, they ain't kind of been addressing your words up. Those were your words. And then they had a nerve to say you said it, and they ain't saying what you said. Don't y'all hate that? Y'all don't hate that? I can see some of y'all in there. That ain't what I said. And some of y'all like Jennifer, well, that ain't the way I said it. Wait a minute, if you're going to say what I said, say it right. Your words are the worst thing for somebody to take and dress up, because those are not their words, those are yours. So I'm finna stop because 9 o'clock won't catch us here. That's right. That's right. 9 o'clock will not catch us here. I hope this was everybody all right on the live? Everybody good? Everybody all right? Everybody want to ask something before we get out of here? Everybody want to say anything? Let's clean up our prayers. Let's get and I'm gonna say this. I meant to say it earlier. Don't pray for your enemies. Where it tell us to do that? Do it tell us to do that in the Bible? I know it say pray for those that despitefully use you. Well, I might pray for you one time, but you ain't gonna do it to me again. But do the Bible say pray for your enemies? Where? Now I know later on it said love them, and that's dumb too. But now let me tell you why it's not a good idea you run around here praying for your enemies. That's your enemy. Why are you empowering them? You're gonna empower your enemies? I ain't praying for my enemies. Oh, no. Now, guess what? And somebody might say, you wrong for that. I'm not praying for my enemies. I'm praying to prevail over my enemies. I'm praying for my enemies not to prevail over me. I'm praying for my enemies not to cross my paths if we're going to remain enemies. I ain't praying I'm not praying for them to be strong and obliterate my behind. There's nowhere in there that say pray for your enemies. Really. So I'm gonna strengthen them. I know they ain't strengthening me. One thing about an enemy is not interested in a peace treaty unless you're the one bringing it. Now let me turn that around. If you're somebody's enemy, are you going to take the peace treaty, or you want it to come from them? Huh? You want to come from them, right? Yeah. You need to go apologize. They need to apologize. They started it. You ain't being mean and evil. You telling the truth. That's how you. Why we gotta hide and suppress how we really feel? Because somebody told us that ain't how we supposed to be. You ain't supposed to be your real self. I know some of y'all say, "Well, I might cuss them out." Don't cuss them out. Cuss them in. Huh? Don't cuss them out. What that gonna do? Well, what if they cuss me out? Now, at that moment, you 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 in power of your own self. You might cuss them out, you might not. It'd be a good idea for you not to be in a situation where you have to endure that. And we can't avoid everything, and that's the truth. But was this helpful to anybody this evening? We got to clean our prayers up. We got to clean them up. We really do, because you need to understand there's, I see, that's why I don't like stuff come back to me. Some things that you prayed so sincere and something happened, it was time for that to come out. Aha. You didn't know that was coming, did you? It was time. You was holding it in. It was time for it to come out. So then God, no, it was time for it to come out. It was time. Look, there are some things, if we'd tell the truth, we was all jacked up and calling ourselves praying. All mad, all bent out of shape, ready to go blow up something, and we praying. I give us credit. We tried to do our best. But being honest has to become a part of who we are, because it makes a difference. It really does. Y'all remember when you was little? Now I lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake. Now watch this. If I should die before I wake, listen to this. I pray the Lord. So if I'm praying for the Lord to take my soul, what killed me in my sleep? And then after you pray that, God bless Mama, God bless Dad, God bless Grandma. Some of us start blessing so much stuff trying to stay awake. You're ready to get hit in the back of your head. Stop blessing everybody. Go on to bed. That's enough. Try to stay up. I like being in here. We can be free and smile and talk. But our prayers are not terrible. We just got to clean them up. Because something you interject in the communication, it ain't necessary. It really ain't, y'all. It really ain't. And when you get mad in the middle of a prayer, that ain't a good idea. But we're going to stop right there. I hope this helped. I hope this helped. We're going to stop right there. I'm thankful for everyone that was here and those that are online. Much love and peace and joy and strength to you for the remainder of this night. A great, peaceful night. Great rest. Get some uninterrupted, good sleep. Safe journey to our dwellings and our different destinations as we travel from here on tonight. Ashe.